Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reactor, the podcast where we highlight innovation, progress, and transformative ideas in deep tech and climate tech. I'm your host, Jérôme Gilleron, and today I'm thrilled to share 5 new inspiring stories from all around the world. This is the edition from January 19th, 2025. So let's directly dive into this week's updates. Our first story tonight is about fresh capital fueling innovation. Several venture capital firms announced significant fund this week. We got First Look Partners, who launched a $30 million fund for early stage emerging fund manager and breakout companies. We got Fund 360 Capital, who unveiled a €140 million fund dedicated to climate tech and especially focusing on energy transition and urban sustainability. Voima Ventures introduced a €100 million fund. It's a fund 3. So to back science and deep tech startups in the Nordics and Baltic regions. And finally, Funders Fund raised a staggering $3 billion for a third growth equity fund, continuing its strong presence in San Francisco. Those announcements were underlying the robust investment landscape for deep tech and climate tech innovators. So if you're looking for money, go check them out. For more details, check out John Gannon's post on LinkedIn that I share with you tonight. Belgium tech ecosystem is the second news. We have a snapshot thanks to Omar Mou about the evolution between 2010 and 2024. The Belgian tech ecosystem has transformed remarkably over the past decade. Here are the key takeaways I got from this overview. The startup scene hasn't just recovered since 2020 in Belgium. It's thriving. It's the best ever. We got imec, which is one of the leading producers of spin-off companies through the program imec.expand. In 2023, 20% of Belgian tech companies had female founders, major milestones. It's still the beginning, but it's great. Belgium boasts an incredible number of unicorns, future unicorns, and IPOs. And in 2021, AI has overtaken SaaS, software as a service, as the dominant focus for growth. And there are many companies who are cited into the article, so I invite you to read it. Companies like Odoo, Euroclear, or Movu Robotics are leading the charge right now and hiring a lot and demonstrating the strength of the Belgian tech industry. So to learn more, go check this Omar Mou's analysis of the Belgian tech ecosystem. Third piece of news today, if you're raising funds and have a term sheet in your hand, the next story is for you. A term sheet outlines the key aspect of an investment deals, and understanding is crucial. So here's what to look for and watch for. Valuation. So know the true worth of your company, and there are 34 pages to read. If you're raising money right now, it's a PDF prepared by Morgan Lewis and Bocuse LLP. You have to watch for control rights and protections. So pay close attention to liquidation preferences and anti-dilution clauses. So if right now you don't understand a word about what I'm saying, if you want to raise money, please have a look at this document. It will help you a lot. And finally, a third aspect to watch for when you're looking at a term sheet from an investor, it's planning for challenges. It's like a marriage, it's like a wedding. You prepare for the tough times by understanding all terms in advance. So if this seems daunting, don't worry. Check out this comprehensive term sheet guide shared by Vasily Peters on LinkedIn. Thank you for sharing that one. Download the guide on the term sheet on this link in the comments. The fourth news of today is about plastics, the call to action. Plastic pollution, and plastic is essentially oil because it's made of oil. So the real solution is not to try to find new recycling methods or better recycling methods. It's about reducing the amount of plastic we produce altogether. So Wojtek Wostecki, a circular economy specialist, shared a compelling video made by the Changing Markets Foundations that highlights the scale of these plastic problems and the steps we can all take to address it, which is we each have a role to play in reducing our reliance on plastic and advocating for systemic changes. So watch the video, it's very comprehensive, very easy to understand, and join the conversation about public plastic pollution awareness. Final piece of news for today, essential advice for founders. This is the topic of my newsletter, my podcast, my YouTube channel. It's really essential. I like what I read about Deeptech startup in this article. Maxim Plakhoshniuk, sorry if I misspelled your name, the CEO of Atlant 3D, shared key insights for founders navigating this challenging space of building a startup in deep tech fields, and all those advice that you get from incubator, accelerator, coaches about SaaS company, e-commerce companies, all the other companies that work differently from deep tech. So let's dive in directly those examples. For example, fail fast usually doesn't apply to deep tech because precision and validation takes time. Another example, another piece of advice which doesn't work, it's that bootstrapping isn't really realistic. Always about keeping the control of your company, but you usually need some money upfront. And deep tech requires significant upfront investment just to get the tools, just to get started and build the tools to get to your final product. One other great example of an advice that might not work for deep tech startups is the MVP, the traditional minimum valuable product. Might not work with your customer. You might not be able to actually sell the MVP, build the MVP without the customer. So try to sell pilots to validate your technology with your customers. It's an approach that is usually made for very complex technical products. And finally, marketing for deep tech is actually pretty tricky. Campaigns is just your regular, shipping methods might not work in your case, in your industry, because people want to trust you. It's about building credibility online. So it's important to showcase your expertise in your niche. Those insights are a valuable reminder that deep tech requires a different playbook than traditional startups. So read Maxim full post about this advice because you get more gems and more information about building a right deep tech company. Thank you a lot for listening to this. That's it for Reactor's episode today. From fresh VC funding to actionable advice for deep tech founders, those stories really highlight the exciting innovation happening around the world. So don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter for more insight and updates. And also some podcast interviews are coming along. If you have a story worth sharing, I'm always keen on learning new information about the deep tech and climate tech world. So connect with me on LinkedIn, or post a comment below in the comment section on YouTube or podcast, wherever you listen to this or watching this. Thank you for tuning in. Let's continue building a future driven by impact innovation, and see you next time.